Oh, Dr. Bush.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good to see
Great
you.
pleasure.
Delighted, delighted.
My colleague, Billy,
Hey,
he's the case officer.
thank you. Appreciate you being on campus. Delighted to have you. Thank you, thank you. Where you want us to sit?
Right there is great, Dr. Bush. We've got your cameras. And I appreciate your sitting with us today.
Absolutely.
We've got colleagues from around the state. Some of our colleagues from Taiwan are actually online right now. President Su from NCKU, National Cheng University, our partner, and others. But I will ask each of you as leaders to just say a few remarks in a moment. But we welcome everyone who's online with us, including some of our local politicians, state of Alabama education colleagues, and of course our colleagues there in Taiwan, as well as some of our Auburn colleagues. So a big audience today.
Great.
Yes.
This is a great day. We appreciate you all being on the call today. I thought I might just tell you a little bit about Auburn University, how we got started a little bit. If you think back to the 1880s in this, about the 1850s in this country, about 75% of all the people in the United States worked on farms. So it took 3 people working to produce enough food for themselves and 1 other. And so there was a move by some of our delegation in Washington, try to get the United States to move into the Industrial Revolution. We were way behind Europe, and several of them had been to Europe and they had seen manufactured goods. And so they wanted to try to do that. The only manufacturing in the U.S. was in New England, and it was primarily in the apparel and textile area. And so what took place was at the outset of the Civil War in this country, 1862, Abraham Lincoln signed a bill that's called the Morel Act that created a series of land grant universities, they were referred to, 1 in each state and in each territory. So the purpose they were given was, how do you reduce the number of people in agriculture by making agriculture more efficient? Free those people up to go into the mechanical arts, is what they referred to it at the time, science, engineering, technology-based programs, really the Industrial Revolution. Third thing was to be a place for the sons and daughters of the working class. We had about 250 universities in the United States at that time. And for the most part, only the very elite were able to go to college. So this was an effort to try to focus in that area. The fourth thing that was called for, and it was probably because of the Civil War, was to be the provider of the military for the United States. And so when they went to existing universities to see if they wanted to be this new type of university, most told them that their curricula were, they taught Greek, they taught Latin, they taught the classics, and they produced preachers, ministers. And so they were really not interested in this new type of university. And so Auburn became the land grant university in the state of Alabama. And so the focus then was really on teaching in the early days. About 15 or 20 years later, 1880s, late 1880s, Johns Hopkins University was created. And the creation, that was considered the first research university in the United States. And so the US Congress passed what's called the Hatch Act. It created the research component for land grant types of universities like Auburn. And so that was sort of the second leg of the what a university like Auburn is about. And then I guess about 30 years later, 1914, another federal act was passed, and it was called the Smith-Lever Act. That act said You don't have to refresh degrees in Greek and Latin and the classics, but degrees that are in agriculture and technical fields, the knowledge base changes rapidly. So they created what they call the Cooperative Extension Service. How do you take the power and the work at a land-grant university and extend it to all the counties and communities within your responsibility, your state? So those are sort of the three components that go into the thinking of the way an Auburn University operates. And today we have about 30,000 students, about 25,000 undergraduates, about 5,000 graduate students, very research intensive university. We tend to focus a lot on our graduation rates. They're fairly high for a public university. About 80% of the kids that start actually graduate at our university. So that's a little bit of our history and our background. And we're just delighted to welcome you to campus. And we look forward to this relationship, particularly as we learn the Chinese language better. I remember when I was here as a graduate student a long, long time ago, there was a student that I shared an office with from Taiwan. And he taught me to say every morning when I came, ni hao mao. And I don't know, and I was then, or if he said it first, I was supposed to respond, wo hen hao sei si ni. And so I don't know if that's correct or not.
Very good.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Dr. Gush. President Su, if you would like to say a few words, introduce yourself, please, and speak about NCKU.
He's muted.
Oh, you may be muted.
Okay, we just did. Good
Okay,
morning.
very good.
Good morning.
Yeah, President Gush, what a pleasure meeting you though through online. This is Jenny Su. We are now 9 p.m. in Taiwan. We actually are rooted in one of the oldest and capital city of Taiwan. As I had a pleasure listening to your rather, in a way, brief but comprehensive intro about the history and background of Auburn University to our director, I could not help maybe the urge to also brief you a bit about our university. In many ways, the history of modern university in Taiwan is relatively short in compared to other Western countries. Yet we are proud, very, very proud to be probably have the most unique origin. We are celebrating our 90th anniversary, but even with only 90 years old, we are considered probably one of the oldest university in Taiwan, and in all fairness, one of the very best. But among all the top universities now in Taiwan, our beginning 90 years ago was very, very different. We actually, the establishment of this high-level technical college 90 years ago was in a way a mandate passed formally at the Japanese congressional meeting in the 56 congressional meeting, which is dated around 1928, and that formally claimed through the our highest colonial ranking office that envisioning if Taiwan is going to prepare itself for the next century with high tier of qualified scientific and engineering talents, they have to build the first ever highest ranking engineering institute in Taiwan. So they specifically pick up a program that tailor-made to address for the capacity building of talent and critical mass needed for Taiwan, envisioning for another 50 or a century to come. And that's how we began. So through 90 years, we pride ourselves to be having the graduates who are not only engaged in the economic development of Taiwan's recent history half century ago, but today will continue to be the base of generating not only grassroots talents to contribute to the societal and country development, but also aiming for preparing our next generation to be globally positioned and engaged and connected with our respected peers. So this opportunity work with Auburn comes timely well and most pleased to be found in this venue as well. So thank you for the friendship. In fact, that's already more than 15 years ago. But I hope with this new endeavor, we will see another page to be open. Thank you.
Thank you. That's impressive.
Dr. Wong, if you'd like to say a few words.
Sure, sure. First of all, good morning, everyone, and good evening
Good
to
evening.
to those audience back in Taiwan. And I also want to express my appreciation for one of the representative from Alabamian House to join us today. Okay. I have to say I'm really extremely elated and honored to join you for this signing ceremony today, because it's unprecedented in so many ways. First, this agreement will be the first such university-to-university cooperation since, I mean, in the southeastern U.S. region. Since the Taiwan and the United States government signed a MOU at the end of last year, encourage promoting more education cooperation from both sides. Okay. And secondly, in this agreement, Cheng University is going to send a Mandarin program lecturer to teach in Auburn University. Who is the Miss Cheng? Okay, well, which makes Miss Cheng the first such Mandarin lecturer sent by Taiwan to teach Mandarin program in Auburn University. So it's very historic. The last but not the least, today it is also my first time in my life, okay, to step out the sweet home Alabama's land and to visit Auburn to witness this ceremony. So I would say this is very also significant for myself. So through this agreement, we do hope that both university continue to deepen and broaden your cooperations, okay, to establish some programs in the future, such as the Mandarin Center or even the Taiwan Study Center in the future. And secondly, I think through this agreement, there will be more university in the Alabama to follow Auburn's university's example to have more closer relations or cooperations with their counterparts from Taiwan, and which we hope will lead to a comprehensive education cooperations between Alabama and Taiwan. Okay, we are seeking to sign a comprehensive MOU for the K-12 and also the higher education cooperation with Alabama state government. So that's why I'm very happy to have governor's staff to join us today. And if you hear me right now, we hope you can facilitate this MOU between Taiwan and Alabama, okay, in the future. And by doing so, we do believe there will be more and more teachers and students exchanges between our two sides. And in the end, there will be more people in Taiwan and in Alabama know more about each other. And this is the utmost benefit and goal we want to sign this agreement. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Director. At this time, we'll sign the agreements.
Okay.
We have 3 copies there. If you
I do not, but I know you'll take care of that for me.
I'm glad I prepared for myself.
Thank you.
We also put down the dates.
Yes.
I did mine.
Thank you. President Sue, we will exchange these and finish signing, and we'll make sure that NCKU gets its copy.
Thank you.
You know, when you sign a document, what it says is both sides trust each other.
Yes, of course.
And I can assure you that from Auburn and from the state of Alabama, there's great trust. Taiwan institutions involved, so we appreciate you.
Thank you for your kind words. So are we going to sign the third one?
Yes, but it won't hurt. I always worry that something will get lost in the mail or in transit.
We will take care of that.
Okay.
We have special delivery.
Yes, no, I understand. Great.
Madam President, certainly want to invite you to come to Auburn whenever your schedule permits. We'd love to have you, love to host you.
Vice versa, we extend our utmost invitation for you to come with your team, your colleagues. We'll certainly welcome. Just by the way, we have quite a few excellent faculty members who received their graduate training and postdoctoral degree from Auburn University, and they have done tremendously well in this campus. So the treasures is just part of our development. So we appreciate that as well. I'm sure through this further collaboration in language teaching, it extends out another grand opportunity for us to further engage in other initiatives, frontier research, social engagement, and the common goal in delivering the SDGs as part of our overarching value, not only on the institution level, as well as on Taiwan's country level. So I believe there is a lot of shared interest and shared sort of efforts that can be effectively delivered through our partnership. So you are most welcome to be present in our campus. It's one of the most beautiful campus in Taiwan, and I believe yours as well, through the scenery photos that my faculty have shared with me.
Thank you.
Very good. We're going to take just a couple of minutes now to take some screenshot photos. So if Hayden, you can help us with that. And perhaps.
Do we need to fold this or no? Okay.
Oh, you want them to hold up the
Agreement.
you hold up an agreement.
Could President Sue also hold out the agreement?
Sure. So there we go.
My way, just for 1 second. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
1,
Second.
2, 3.
Do we have it?
Get it?
Good.
There we go. Yes.
From around the world and around the state. Very good, thank you. Now, Ms. Cheng is our instructor that's coming, and
Great.
just say a few words before we finish.
Challenge. 我们的牌子在，对，我们的牌子再放清楚一点。对对对，好。
Okay. So, hello everyone, I'm Zhang Siyu. I'm honored to be chosen by National Cheng University to teach at Auburn University. My primary goal is to provide students as much experience as possible in learning the Chinese language and exploring cultures from Taiwan. I look forward to working with the team at Auburn University and bring the bridge of the Auburn-NCKU cooperation project. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me ask, can you hear me?
Can
hear
you,
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
In Auburn, we have a greeting that says War Eagle. How do you say that in Mandarin? War Eagle.
Eagle.
战鹰啊，
啊，
战斗的老鹰啊。
Oh, oh,
What?
I know. I think it's tiger in the.
Well,
When
we also
I
use
see
tiger.
the you. Oh, okay. Because I see the website, they put a tiger's picture, so I think it's tiger, not eagle.
You'll get the opportunity to experience all of this as you come to us here in just a couple of weeks. We look forward to your arrival. And
Oh, I look forward to.
right, and we thank President Su and her staff, and again, our many colleagues around campus here, around the state who've peeked into our signing ceremony today. So we appreciate everybody who's taken part. Thank you for attending.
Thank
have a
you.
screenshot on this one.
Good, thank you. And we're.
谢谢。
Yeah.